Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome to you from St. Gallen in Switzerland, the Gruyère AOP European Curling Championships 2017. A beautiful day here in St. Gallen, which is in northeastern Switzerland, one of the highest cities in Switzerland, and we're near the borders of Austria, Liechtenstein and Germany. This is the Ice Sports Centre in St. Gallen, the venue for these European Curling Championships, and this is our featured game, the last round robin game, and our featured game is between Switzerland and the Czech Republic. The Swiss already qualified, but lots for the Czech Republic to play for. That qualification for the World Championships still to come. So here are the teams for you. For Switzerland, the lead player Marlene Albrecht. At second, Esther Neuschwander. Third player for the Swiss, Manuela Siegrist. And their skip, Silvana Tiranzoni. For the Czech Republic, we have the lead player Klara Svetlanova. At second, Teresa Pliskova. Playing third for the Czech team, Alzbeta Bodisova. And the Czech Republic skip, Anna Kubeshkova. So those are the lineups in this final round-robin game. We'll have live commentary on this whole game. I'm Alison Walker, and alongside me, Kenny Edwards. We'll also be bringing you updates from the other round-robin games as well in this women's draw. Final game for many of these teams. Of course, the top four have already qualified. There they are. Sweden at the top, Switzerland, Scotland and Italy. And at the bottom, that relegation place is still to be decided. So a really important session of games here at the European Curling Championships. These are the other games, the other matchups. Germany against Russia. Hungary plays Scotland. It's Denmark-Turkey, our featured game on sheet D there. And on sheet E, we have Sweden against Italy. And the stone colours for you. The Swiss will play red and the Czech Republic are yellow. Quick word from Kenny, how do you see this one shaping up? The Swiss in super form, here they go.
Yeah, thanks Alison. Yeah, I think we'll see Switzerland be quite aggressive in this game. Czech Republic do have the hammer, it's a last stone advantage in the first. But Switzerland have been really hard to beat this week.
And they kind of ground it out a bit at times, haven't they?
Yeah, they certainly have.
This is Marlene Albrecht, the lead player. Born in Zurich and lives in Zurich. And the lead player for the Czech Republic, Klara Svetlanova, who's 24. Been on this team for 4 years. Born and lives in Prague. Marlene's been curling for 22 years, and 5 years on Team Tiranzoni. Left-hander. Don't see too many of those, Kenny, do you?
No, certainly not. But what you find in the curling community is most of these players follow their parents and end up being in the game. And a prime example of that is this Czech Republic side. Anna Kubeskova's father is the coach of this national team.
And they'll be playing in the Olympic qualifiers within a few days, really, next week. So I want to show good form going into that as well. Here we have Esther Neuschwander, 34 years old, also from Zurich. She's an accountant when she's not curling. 3 years with Team Tiranzoni. And like many, many Swiss and many sports people around the world, her hero is Roger Federer. doesn't live too far away from here, up the mountains. Here's Teresa Pliskova. Also from Prague. No, she's not curling, she's works in a lawyer's office.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not too often you find that curlers aren't full-time here at the European Championships. Most of the teams fielding full professional outfits.
With the Olympics on the horizon, the way to get right to the top, be full-time in your sport. Rules of play for you in this round robin. It's 6 ends minimum. It's a 38-minute thinking time, and that 1:60-second timeout generally nearer the end of the game. But we have seen it, Kenny, in earlier parts of the game, haven't we, this week? The timeouts.
Yeah, they do certainly create another dimension to the game. What we have found this week, though, is a timeout being called and the shot being missed. I can't remember a shot being made after the timeout being called.
So that would make you think we're not going to call the timeout here.
Yeah, so Switzerland looking to try and get some separation between the stones.
This is Azbeta Baldasova, youngster in the team, just 22. This team played in the Women's Worlds last year, earlier this year actually, and finished 7th.
Yeah, it's a nice shot. Hits and rolls across, takes both of the reds out of play. That just shows you don't have to play a massive weight to make the double.
Last year, Kenny, this Czech team finished well in the Europeans, 4th. So they'll be disappointed, I think, about how things have gone, relatively speaking.
Yeah, you would have expected to see them challenging for the playoffs alongside Russia. Italy probably the surprise outfit. And well, that's a bit of a surprise. Seacrest from Switzerland just nicking that yellow out of play. Well, Czech Republic just throwing that one to the wing, hoping for a mistake.
The Swiss are eyeing it up straight away. Super facility here in St. Gallen. 5 sheets of ice, normally in ice hockey centre here, but being transformed for these championships and looks incredible. This is Silvana Firanzoni, the skip, eyeing that yellow one. Ooh. It's going.
Yeah, not too many stones in play. We'll just remove this red and try and sit around.
Check skip. Anna Kopeshkova. She is a journalist as well as a curler from Prague. 12 years with this team.
Yeah, what this has done is meant that Silvana Tiranzoni can find her draw weight.
Good chance to do just that for her. Every sheet of ice is different, every game is different.
Yeah, anywhere in will do. And that will force Czech Republic to play the take out and run.
Kopeshkova with the last stone of this first end. Clearing everything away, so the end is blank. They retain the hammer, and we move on to end number 2. 0-0 after 1.
Dingen wij goed? Spitsbrei. Laat goed, oder? Ja, brei. Ist gut. Geen nacht. Gallen tot de goed. Dingen is goed. Sind gut. Oh, sind bitte im Dingen ist gut. Schön, Marley. Schön. Gut.
Second end of our featured game between Switzerland and the Czech Republic. And Czech Republic hoping to try and start building something here.
Yeah, so a slight error. We were looking for that one to be the top of the red foot, red 4-foot area in the house.
That was the second best almost, wasn't it? Getting it tucked behind that other Swiss red, where it could still be useful.
So this one from Switzerland just resting against the side of the yellow.
Let's hop over and see what else is happening in the arena. Going to Hungary against Scotland. First end. Hungary still trying to avoid that relegation place. The Scots already qualified. Looks like facing 3 reds there.
Yeah, they'll need to work this one hard, Alison. Just do enough to score the single.
Yeah, a little bit of a struggle there. We get that single point after the first end.
Komt drauf. Ist voll auf dem Gallen oder auf dem Rücken? Hinten nach.
Also a few stones building up back of tee. That's not where Czech Republic wants them.
And again, that goes back to that lead stone, Kenny, doesn't it, from the Czech Republic?
Yeah, absolutely.
Being in the right place.
Absolutely, Alison. The strategy really is to play everything top of the house where possible. Quite a lot of rotation in this one. I think that's why it's not curled as much as the rest.
Ja? Schuss vorne auf. Vorne 4. Wenn du das machst, ist okay. Maxi, also T-Line höchstens. Vorne 4. Okay, gut.
And there is the coach for the Czech Republic.
Ja, das ist gut.
Kaweshkova, the dad of the skip. You can see they're standing up at the back.
Immer noch ein bisschen rein. Linie ist gut. T-Line. Nein, Linie ist gut. T-Line, immer noch genug lang. Warte, wir gehen über den Gau. Linie 4.
Yeah, this one needs to curl a bit. The line sitting a little high.
Whoa. Whoa, near.
Well, catches that one the wrong side.
Sorry.
Coach for Switzerland, Jerry Adam. 46 years old. And he's also a plumber, so he's very useful.
Ty maksymalnie 8. A hraju ten roll. A jako sklouznout se. Abych se dáš trochu méně, nechceš? To jí nechce, no. Vůbec se nehla.
Kaweshka.
Osm 9. 8. Já nemám vůbec 8. Betty! Ne. 9.
So a lot of stones in play, trying to get around that centre guard. See, there's not a lot of curl on that left-hand side of the sheet.
That was almost exactly the same as the Swiss one that came down.
Moment ist völlig ungefährlich, oder? Moment ist völlig ungefährlich. Ich glaube, das wäre auch mein da.
da halt
Was
versteckt.
hat sie denn im Moment noch?
Sie knallt vielleicht auf den
Sie
Geld.
ist da drauf, oder? Sollte man mit dem Shot bleiben?
Also vielleicht einfach
Würde
kommt
von
sie nie
dieser
raus.
Seite kommen?
Jetzt haben wir, ich weiss
Ich
aber
würde
nicht,
so.
langsam.
So all the team in having a chat about this one.
Ja, ja. Vorne auch.
Es läuft jetzt da gut.
Ja, und ja, mega viel. Also so viel wie dort, mega viel.
So wie gestern.
Also nicht wie
Wie
Italien.
feine Spuren. Ich würde sagen, dort früher hast du 4,15.
Okay.
Genau. Würde ich auch sagen. Ja, so wie beim Draw-Shot.
Ja, genau.
Ja. Genau. Ja, wie gestern, genau.
Okay, du hast den.
Ja, voll angesprochen.
Manuela Siegrist,
Könnt welche Wand? Nein, nicht.
third player for Switzerland.
Linie kommt gut.
Seen a few mistakes from her
Jetzt gilt er.
this week,
Was? T-Line. Immer T. Bis da. Preis. Nein, ist nicht
Jetzt
so.
bremst
but
du.
anytime she has made a mistake, her skips bailed her out and played a great shot to secure a two or pick up the single.
That one came round nicely though for her.
Ja, einfach ja. Ja, ja. Ja. Ist er auch.
T-Line. Per la del Ceosun, tenei. Ceosun, no. Speranza.
So half they managed to hold this one.
Yep, slips past that guard.
Well, they've got it past the top guard, but what it did do was push that red stone just into the forefoot. I think it was just light for weight.
Gerade eigentlich vor vielleicht eventuell der Mitte. Aber sie sehen
Switzerland sitting two
das ist jetzt zu, oder?
in a really strong position.
It's a busy house.
Einfach eigentlich nicht verschieben.
Ja, da.
Gut. Vorne 12.
Oh, hat sie noch einen anderen gesehen?
Ja, ich glaube, der einzige Schweiz im
Ich glaube, der einzige, was im Moment hat, ist die rote Garde auf der Gallen, oder? Über unsere Center Guard.
Ja. Also,
Da hat sie ja nichts, oder?
aber da macht sie viel aus.
Okay, gut. Ja.
So third player just coming up to have a chat to discuss the options.
Mit dem kann sie einfach mehr
The call is
aufmachen
just to
wie mit dem anderen.
draw this one up top of the 8 foot.
Du kannst dich an dem orientieren. Welchen Meter
The other option would be to try and maybe move things around ever so slightly,
20 ist super.
but there's a lot of risk with that.
Schnurrengar! 3! Hey,
Hey,
fest!
ist gut, Marlen.
3! Fest!
Muss noch
Nein,
gehen.
Linie wäre gut. Okay, Schnurrengar!
Geht genug!
Schieben Schnurrengar! Zieh noch, immer noch! Wow!
Well, this one beginning to finish
Okay.
pretty hard.
Gut.
Gut.
They seem happy with that.
Crowd acknowledging their appreciation there. Been very supportive of the Swiss team, as you would expect this week. And they've certainly performed well.
Aber ist gut dort.
Pokud nepřetočíme, takže tam nasuneme ten třetí, no.
Tím se jako ale nedá nic dělat. Tohle
No,
stejně
tak
na
jako
nic
zas pak-
gardovali.
No, asi je to jediný
Tohle
riziko,
bylo
co
asi
se...
jako
No, to je taky na 3, no. Jsem to fakt zkusila pírám prostě, no.
Jestli nejde.
Přes tenhle?
No,
To je žlutej.
Maličku.
jako nějakým...
Jakoby...
Jak tam...
jo.
Vidím ho takhle toho kameru.
Píl! Ačko zvenku tenhle, jo?
Wer wird?
Biel.
Achso, Biel. Gdzie Biel przestoja?
Chodź po ręku.
So what can the Czech Republic do here? Switzerland in a very good position. They just shake things up.
Well, throw for the red in. I thought they might have been able to catch that outside red in the forefoot and drive it in, spin everything out the forefoot, and then they would have had 2 stones in behind the guards in the top of the 8-foot.
Willst du so oder so? Ja, gut.
Switzerland could ever just tap that red on the left in the white 8-foot area, just biting the top of the 4. They would set 3.
Czech Republic with the last stone. Very difficult to extricate themselves from this one.
Gerade den Gel wegnehmen, oder? Tschüss, den Gel wegnehmen.
So da an.
Ja, ist gut.
Und nur ein 2, sodass sie einen langen Rand haben.
Ja, ist gut. Ich glaube, das ist eine normale Garde. Ja.
Ja.
Die Linie war gut.
Ja.
3 ist auch okay.
So mega
Gell,
gut.
genug.
Marlen,
Marlen, fast noch ein bisschen nach.
The first of the skip stones here.
Blenden. Gut so.
Savannah popping up another guard.
Well, I think that's just over curled, Alison. I think you come down, you fire that red in and spray a lot of things around. But we'll take a look at Sweden-Italy.
Yep, they're in the second end. Both these teams have qualified for the next part of the championship, top 4. Sweden taking 1 in the first end. Diana Gaspari. Skip for Italy. To get this is Straw going to make it? Is it? Is it? Yes, it does. So they secure their first point after 2, 1-1.
Jo, tak jde out. Jeden out už je asi nejbezpečnější, no, když to napálím, tak...
I think what they're trying to do is catch that red that's half in the 4, drive it across, pick the red that's just on the button in the centre line.
Stay, jump, stay it up.
Yep. Jeden out.
Risk element.
They're going to be very unfortunate if they stick it on the yellow that's back left. So. No, not paying big weight either.
Needs to be able to get something on the final stone. So this could certainly help pave the way. Is it past the guard? Yes, it is.
Well, leaves Switzerland sitting 3 now, well inside what they were going for.
So I think the Swiss would now try and block that pathway in for the Czechs' final stone.
You've got to make this into the button, I think, Alison. Because you can see the red on the outside right-hand side as we look at it. You could come down, push the red onto the yellow, and then down into the button for your single. So you've got to get in there before.
Am liebsten geht es so... Genau, ja.
Hat sie keine Chance mehr zum Mitnehmen? Also, oder weniger Chancen zum Mitnehmen?
Ja, habe ich auch das Gefühl.
Als wenn wir da sind, dann kann sie einfach drin. Oder? Was?
Wenn wir den Dreher noch ein bisschen bewegen können, wäre perfekt.
Oder mitteilen.
So gegen unseren Stoß. Aber ich glaube, wir gehen das gleiche Eis wie vorher wieder. Ja.
Also wir wollen ihn einfach nicht bewegen.
Ja, ist gut.
Einfach nur vorne 4. Ich will nur vorne 4. Was? Nur vorne 4.
Gar nicht Freistillen?
Nein, ich glaube nicht, dass es etwas wegnimmt. Ausser der ist...
So Switzerland find themselves in a very good spot.
Okay, ist gut.
Savannah Dirunzoni's final
Linie ist
stone
gut.
here.
Linie ziehen! Nach oben!
She's made life very difficult
Linie hoch!
for her opponents, and she could be about to make it even more difficult.
Linie!
Let's see what happens. In it comes.
Bis freeze!
You can see where she's aiming.
Esther!
Oh, the line looks really nice, Alison.
And tuck it in there.
Go, 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 go,
There it
go, go,
goes.
go, go,
There
go.
it goes. Very nicely done. And this was skip.
Just need to be a couple inches further, though, I think.
Oh, she left a wee chink of light for the Czech Republic. To nudge that yellow one in there. Can you see?
9. 8,9.
All depends on the angle.
Yeah, as long as she makes contact with that red, it will catch the yellow and should manage to rumble it in for the single point. It's quite a lot of stones catching it.
Yeah, she could give it quite big weight here. There's lots of backup, lots of stones on the other side to stop it going too far. Important final stone for the Czech Republic here in this second end. And nicely done by the Czech skip. Right on the nose, on the button. A round of applause for that super shot from their skip. And a smile.
Yeah, shot should never really have been there. Switzerland just giving up.
Teď to možná bude dost jiný na té druhé straně. Choďte,
Tohle jí bylo 13,9.
choďte s těma metaškama trochu víc.
Never before in the history of the World Men's Curling Championship has the stage been so spectacular and the backdrop so electric. A never-before opportunity to watch the best of the best on ice and soak up everything else you love about Las Vegas, including the first ever 9-day pool party. Reserve your place in history now at LasVegasCurling.rocks. Las Vegas 2018, your curling oasis awaits.
Trošku venku. Stavně! Betty.
Asi Betty sama, podle mě.
Ne. No, můžeš maličko. Skýparis.
You're watching live coverage from the Gruyère AOP European Curling Championships 2017. We're in St. Gallen in Switzerland, in northeastern Switzerland. Beautiful part of the country for these championships. Final series of round-robin games here. It's the women's draw. And it's Switzerland against the Czech Republic that we're featuring. Alison Walker and Kenny McIntyre guiding you through Kenny Edwards even. You used to be McIntyre, didn't you, Kenny?
No.
Kenny Edwards, apologies, Kenny. Super player in his day. And coach as well. Keeping me right here at the European Championships. Let's hop over to Germany, Russia. Second end, blank to first. Sidorova. Had a few problems this week. Hoping to finish well here in this game against Germany. She doesn't have her troubles to seek. And Sidorova. One there. Germany go ahead. Scotland 1 up against Hungary. Second end. Dorocia. Palancia.
Yeah, it was just going to slip through and only a single point.
It's a missed opportunity, I think. She'll be a bit annoyed there. 1-1 after 2.
Normal.
So. Nein, schnell.
Oh, schnell.
So Switzerland with last stone. They want to move the play away from the centre.
So they peel the guard there.
Ale to asi nejde, no, protože tady pak oni mají tohle. Asi mi to chtělo zkusit udržet tady 3 kameny.
No,
9,5.
a nechcem hrát dál.
So, Czech Republic just going to take the opportunity, I think, to move this red from play.
9,5. 9. Víc, 8,5. 8,5. 8,5. To už je po druhý.
8,2.
Could tell that one was a little wide. There wasn't much communication between the teams. And now Switzerland just going to ignore the Yellowstones because they're not too threatening.
Normal.
Yeah.
I think this one, top of the 8 foot, is going to be a danger, so they're going to play the hit and roll. Doesn't quite get the roll in behind the corner guard, but does drag a play away from the centre. It's exactly what Switzerland are wanting to do. When you've got last stone, you want the play towards the wings. Don't want it to clog up the centre, because you want it wide open should you need to bail out and score your single point.
Yep, get that final stone to the button. That's the reason why the Czech Republic will just get rid of that, hoping for the roll too. But they got a little bit of a roll there, but not much protection.
Yeah?
tief rein.
Wow, wow, wow.
Keine schneller.
Oh, Achtung! Oh,
Fest!
ja!
Fest! Du musst schon bleiben. Fest!
Well, does make a nice hit and roll, but doesn't manage to sit first shot. That yellow at the back 12 is a shot stone, so although she's smiling, it's not that great a shot.
Fest, mega weg. Aber ich glaube, ich lang drauf.
Mega, sie hat ihn gut erwischen. Ist einfach.
The call here, Alison, is just to draw the other side.
Takže dovolna. A kolik?
Line. Jo. Ty? 8, 9, 9. Nic. Je to velký. Je mi to větší. Vy ne, určitě. Ale je to hodně velký.
Wow.
2,9.
Yeah, it just needs to be
Ani 2,9 to nejezdí.
fully 12, but big mistake.
T-line.
Jo, ale nebyla to ta centrálně stopa, když jsou vždycky. Jo, já vím.
Je?
A second stone here.
Linie ist gut. Zieh.
They're trying to draw around. This one's a little bit light at the moment.
Bis da. Zieh noch ein bisschen nach
See it coming
hinten.
round now.
Ja,
They're
musst
just
nicht.
sweeping it for line and a little bit away.
Bis da. Ja, zieh noch ein bisschen. Sehr schön.
That's
Perfekt.
a great shot.
Yep, snuzzles up behind. Beside that other yellow one. Nicely played from Sigrist.
Merci.
Jetzt hat nicht bisschen.
Ja.
Kein Risiko.
Připadá mi to dobrý. 8 časy? Či 9? Jo. 14 je tým. A na 14. 6 line AOP. Jo.
So still all the play down that one side.
Terka? Moet je nee.
Já nemusím!
Taky nemusím.
To není větší hlavně!
Nemusím. Já ne. Moet je nee.
Vláda!
Já nemůžu.
Žádnej
They
dům!
need to be very careful. Don't want to bounce off this one. Well, they have, and they haven't even sat shot. So Switzerland have Czech Republic exactly where they want them.
Goed da.
Ich glaube, sonst geht
Wir
sie
dürfen
einfach
einfach.
mal.
Ja.
Mal. Den können wir berühren, der bleibt schon.
Ja, das ist gut, ja. Da.
Nein,
Ja, können wir.
also
Können wir schon.
wenn dann würde ich hier, dass wenn sie hinten drauf kommt,
Ist
dass
alles
wir
gut,
schon
solange er einfach besser ist als der. Und er muss ein bisschen versteckt sein. Aber ich will glaube schon, oder?
Offen wenn der nicht über.
Für 2. Also seht ihr eine Gefahr, oder?
Nein, ist gut.
Nein, da ist, ich glaube, super. Alles, was besser ist, wieder andere. Ist gut.
Die haben nicht da.
Yeah, I think they've
Ich kann nicht sehr
elected to
aktiv
probably
handeln.
draw in on top of the red that's
Yeah.
sitting shot on the tee line.
Das läuft schon recht gut raus, oder? So wie immer.
Du hast vorher so gespielt, ich habe das Gefühl, es läuft ähnlich so.
Lots to think about. Always thinking 2, 3, 4 shots ahead. Reacting to what your opponent's done, because that can change everything again. Switzerland in the driving seat in this end.
Well, it's a poorly executed shot. Pulls up way short. Czech Republic could swing one round in behind that guard and set up a chance to steal.
And earlier on in the end, you don't think we would have that kind of opportunity, but that's what can happen. Kaveshkova do with her final stone here. How difficult can she make it for Switzerland to score? Just that one rest. And we'll hop over to Denmark against Turkey. Two of the teams towards the lower end of the round robin. And 6 losses. I don't want to be in that relegation position, Denmark and Turkey.
Yeah. Looks like they're trying the slash double here. Sticks it on the back one. Looks good enough to score possibly 2. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Good 4-1 lead for Turkey now over Denmark after 3. Back to our feature game. And here we go. Savannah Tiranzoni.
Okay, warte.
Da blijven.
Niet slag.
Fest.
Her final stone.
Fest. Marlin.
Hoping to make sure of how many. Just the one. There's outside chance she might have been able to get 2 there. But good outcome if you're a Czech Republic fan. They were on the back foot in that end for some time. So we're all square after 3, 1-1.
Nog een naken. Goed, Chris. Goed. Oké.
Sorry.
Moet je niet?
So Czech Republic playing around this long centre guard. Yeah, finds a nice spot.
So some stats for you. Marlene Albrecht, 88% for the tournament, the lead player for Switzerland. Such an important position in the team. Setting things up for the rest of the team. Trying to get this one to come in and round. And a pretty good effort from her.
Neměla si čas?
No, měla no.
OK.
Yeah, they'll just look to follow this red stone.
Tara Panova, 85%.
Just a little bit heavy, bounces off it.
3-7.
Ich würde nochmal Freeze spielen.
Setzt sich das?
Ja.
Glaub, ja.
Ja.
Sogar nochmal Freeze.
Ja,
Gut.
ist gut.
Aber nicht. Ja.
Als bis Freeze hat sie gesagt. Ja.
Genau. Du hast ihn. Moment, noch ein bisschen frei.
Esther Shwanda, 83%. So all in the 80s.
Geht gar nicht.
And for a team that's qualified, I would expect these numbers to be good.
Gut gewesen.
Hinten dran.
Gut gewesen.
Yeah, errored on the professional side.
Ich habe gefunden, hast du die gut abgeschlossen.
To je k ničemu.
A je to do toho našeho, no.
Bude to, no.
Jo. A je to
A když to nezahrajem, tak sem přijde
Gut, ich
další.
habe
I don't know if there's any need to play a big weight at this. Just back 8 foot, push the red to the side and
Otevři to.
flop down in on top of that red on the button.
Nechceš to otevřít, radši. Nechceš to otevřít.
This is Teresa's 6th European Championship for the Czech Republic. Best result of 4th back in 2016. So, yeah, a little bit of a disappointment for the team not making the playoffs this year.
Their target now is making sure of that place at the World Championships in Canada next year.
Immer noch ein bisschen breit. Breit,
And of course, there's the Olympic qualification as well,
Linie kommt besser.
which is in the Czech Republic in Pilsen.
Bis da. Machen den gut.
In about 10 days or so.
Komm, es lohnt sich. Oh, schau, gut. Sehr schön.
Well, they find themselves in a bit of trouble now.
Okay, vergesst du immer so um die.
Switzerland sitting 3 in and around the 4 foot.
Lisset!
Yeah.
Pushkova 77%, not quite as good as her teammates. So I see one red disappear.
Yes. 4-0.
Yeah, Switzerland will just look to replace that redstone top of the 4 foot, take control, make it really awkward for Czech Republic to get one in.
See, Greece at 79%. This is for the whole tournament, remember, not for this game.
Mega viel mitgeister.
Zieh! Bisschen ankommen. Fest! Fest! Okay. Nicht schlecht.
So, drifts just a little bit too far. But you're not going to move all them reds. That one just played isn't going to go very far.
Speta, Bodostova, 74%.
Okay, so they've got one yellow in on top.
Ja. Okay, da darf jetzt ein kürzer sein. Kann ich ein bisschen mehr
So I'm just
Eis
going to cap this.
Okay.
Ich glaube nicht.
Okay. Ist gut, ist gut. Nein, ist gut. Ja.
Bis vorne 4. Okay, dann ein bisschen tappen wäre gut. Ziellinie!
I certainly think Switzerland are certainly stronger at playing the drawing game than the take-out game.
Whoa! Zieh! Whoa!
They definitely favour that kind of shot as well, don't they?
But just as you say that, they throw
guard.
that one way tight. Yeah.
Still in a decent position.
Yeah, a couple of poor shots from Seacrest so far.
Whoa. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa. Whoa.
Have they managed to get past that high red guard? Oh, they just caught it. So the guard done enough.
Bewegen. Ja. Ja.
A lot of knitted foreheads out there. Frowns and...
20 Guard machen.
Ich habe gedacht, Guard, ja.
Hä?
Ich habe gedacht, Guard.
Ist auch gut für mich.
Switzerland red. Czech Republic yellow.
So. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, I think Switzerland will just block the hole and try and steal one.
Ja, also so dass sie von außen auch nicht mehr haben. Einfach ins Loch hängen.
Yeah, looking for this just next to the Gruyère signage in the ice.
Silvana Tidanzoni is 82%
Der Linie gut.
for the whole week so far.
Halten den Dos!
3. Linie ist gut.
tucking nicely into that gap.
Yeah, I think you've got to take the two centre guards off.
What's going on in the arena? This is the team that tops the standings, Sweden. 8 games played, 8 games won. Looking in super form, enjoying themselves.
Toucha den, ja.
Ja, okej.
Ja.
1-1 in that game.
Kanske.
After 3 ends, this is a feature game between Switzerland and the Czech Republic. And if you're just joining us, Alison Walker and Kenny Edwards bringing you live commentary on the whole of this game.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Anna Kabarskova just 72%, but gets rid of guard there. Okay, we just had a quick look before. Let's see what's happening now in a bit more detail. Lots of stones involved there.
Yeah, it looks like Anna Hasselberg for Sweden. Only sitting 2 shots in the 1 foot. Trying to add to that.
Whoa! Whoa!
Oh my goodness, has she made it?
Yeah, it's just a 2. Just couldn't quite get enough on that 3rd red. So a score of 2. And they lead 3-1 over on sheet E.
And they will be playing Italy again. And the 1 versus 4. So 2 Swiss red stones there. And the other one just on top of them.
Okay, Moment ist er noch breit. Moment ist er breit. Nein, Linie gut.
Silvana was telling you, Kenny, that she once accidentally shook hands after 6 ends, thinking it was 8 ends and the game was over. But actually they had another 2 ends to play.
Jeez.
One of her more embarrassing moments, and they lost the game.
Well, that stone may have just over curled, and there might be a shot for 3 at hack weight. If you can come down, get past the guard, push the yellow onto the 2 reds. It's certainly there.
Well, wouldn't that be a lift for the Czech Republic if they could make that kind of shot at this stage? Into the 4th end.
They'll need to move that 2nd red 2 feet, really. That's all they need to move it.
The Swiss can only look on. They know they've potentially set something up here. Let's see if the Czech Republic skip can pull it off.
Yeah, this one looks a little bit high. Well, didn't really give it a chance, and it's a steal of 1 for Switzerland.
Disappointment there because there was an opportunity for the Czech Republic. The Swiss accept that steal most gratefully. They lead 2-1 after 4.
Never before before in the history of the World Men's Curling Championship has the stage been so spectacular and the backdrop so electric. A never-before opportunity to watch the best of the best on ice and soak up everything else you love about Las Vegas, including the first ever 9-day pool party. Reserve your place in history now at LasVegasCurling.rocks. Las Vegas 2018. Your curling oasis awaits.
Genau.
Frei. Hey, nach.
Linie ist
Schon
gut.
noch.
Linie ist gut.
Sieht nicht lang aus.
Linie ist super. Kommt weg.
Ja, schon ein bisschen.
Zieh den nach. Fest. Schön, Marlene.
Schön.
Gut. Na, maličko.
Opatrně, opatrně. Jedna kus. Opatrně.
Right, fifth end now in our feature game. Switzerland and the Czech Republic. And the Swiss with that narrow 2-1 lead. Haven't had to work too hard to get that lead, have they, Kenny? It's not been challenged or forced into too many dodgy positions, have they?
No, they haven't. But the Czech Republic can't say they've not had chances to capitalise.
Dann hat der Platz.
We'll check on the Germany-Russia game now. 1-0 to Germany. They're also in the fifth end. One there already. Oksana Sidorova with the last stone. Disappointing week for Russia, certainly. Won this title. Hits and sticks for 2 there, though. So the edge into the lead in that one. 2-1.
Well, that one got a little bit cute with the guard.
Action happening on all 5 sheets here. Let's see how close this was.
Got right down to the face now, covers inside edge.
Swiss hits and hangs about as well.
Yeah, so the play being dragged away from the centre.
Schneller. Wie viel siehst du? Ich sehe fast halbe.
I think they're debating whether to go after this at weight and run the shooting stone across to the centre, or if they play the nose on this yellow out wide, they leave a nice big pocket for the Czech Republic to come in and rest against. Well, they're probably actually better doing that than leaving that one in the nose. Couldn't afford to hit that one in the nose. You just leave a big pocket. A lot of room for error for the Czech Republic. Well, this one's got past the guard. But didn't get to the face of the red. It's actually tucked in behind it.
Die Spur läuft da gut. Gleich? Ja. Also 4-0 für hinter 12. Ein bisschen mehr. Ja.
Linie wäre gut. Okay, Fehlplatz auch. Achtung. Zieh.
Nice. Greased is a really good snowboarder as well, when she's not curling.
Fest! Fest! Und dann raus. Ist über.
Bigger smile after that one, Kenny.
Yeah. But
there's always a but, isn't there?
will that yellow out wide come back to haunt them later in the end? Czech Republic do have last stone, remember. They've got past. Well, they have removed that yellow that was hanging on. That red might have stayed in also. No, it's not stayed in, but it's in play.
Yeah, it won't count. It could be influential.
So they're having to sweep this one to get it past the guard. And it's a great scrub. Past the guard and leaves Switzerland sitting too.
Yep, indication of how important sweeping is here. I sensed it was very close. And the sweeping did the job.
Well, still trying to get hiding behind that corner guard.
certainly better than the previous one. I'm sure they could still see a bit more of it at the other end. Over to Hungary, Scotland. Scotland 3-1 up. Scotland qualifying in third position. 3-1 ahead in this fifth end. And again we have Valencia Dorotea of Hungary facing 3 or 4 in there, yellows. There's this draw to secure a point. And nicely done. They pick up a single point there after 5. Hanging in there, 3-2 to Scotland.
Yeah, Switzerland electing to play the control weight takeout, try and take the yellow and roll behind the centre guard. This was moving pretty hard. Well, caught the guard, and they have been very, very fortunate by spinning one down into the 8-foot level, so there's no double.
Yep, she'll take that outcome. It wasn't the plan, but sometimes you can get lucky as well as you can get unlucky. So two red counting Swiss stones there.
Yeah, what I would have been tempted to do is maybe hit the one on the left and roll to the centre. So it is slightly higher. Well, we're on this pretty early for the sweeping. Well, makes a nice hit and roll. Let's see if Silvana Tiranzoni can just play a perfect freeze. So the perfect freeze is probably the hardest shot in the book, Alison.
Is perfect actually touching or not touching?
The perfect shot is actually touching, yeah.
Well, let's see if she can execute the perfect freeze.
Okay, Moment noch breit. Sehr breit. Dranbleiben. Gut, Länge richtig wird besser, aber immer Moment.
Marlene, wir sicher bei dir.
Bis da.
So no bump,
Richtig ist super.
no tap, nothing.
Kannst
Just got to sidle up beside it and rest just beside it.
Bis da, bis da, bis da, bis da. Go, 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 go.
Hey, gut so.
Well, it's just short.
Is that gettable for the Czech Republic?
I think the two's certainly gettable. You could come down on the intern on the left-hand side of the sheet, get a piece of the 1 foot.
And if it had been touching, she would have run the risk of getting rid of both of them.
Well, these are the shots that Skips get paid the big money for.
She'll have made shots like this before. I'm sure it doesn't get any easier. So last score of this fifth end. Kaveshkova.
Hodně místa zatím.
Nemůžu.
Jenom vy.
Coming down this side of the ice.
Have they got the weight? And they're not.
The line was good too, but just not enough on it. It's been the story of this game, been about the steals. It really has. And Switzerland march on. They have executed their game plan pretty well here.
Yeah, but it was Czech Republic who only picked up a single. So the game's all tied.
Just one here. And after 5, 2-2 as they head in for the break.
Second end, and Anna Kubeskova attempting an angle raise for the single point. Could hardly go wrong with this. As long as you got past the guard, you're always getting your single. Third end, Silvana Tiranzoni just trying to draw around, using the yellow stones as some backing. And there you see it, scores a single point to level the game. Fourth end, Anna Kubeskova trying to play the delicate tap back through this one wide, and it was a steal of one for Switzerland. But at the fifth end break, it's all tied. Switzerland 2, Czech Republic 2. Denmark versus Turkey. Dishalt Yildiz, fifth end. Looks like they've got a tap here for maybe 3. Trying to drive that yellow back onto the other yellow. Yep, she's made it. And a big score of 3 at the fifth. They lead 7-2 over Denmark.
So there are the latest in the other games. Germany 1-2 Russia, Hungary 2-3 against Scotland, 7-2 as we've just seen Turkey over Denmark. Our featured game is 2-2 at the fifth, and Sweden are leading Italy 3-2 at the break.
Jo. Ano, to hlídám, že jo. Právě. Mám to v merku. Als du suchst, nein, schon gut, kann nur gehen, hä? Nein, ist gut. Nein, voll, nein, ist gut.
And some stats for you after those first 5 ends. Swiss up in everything, basically. Higher hit percentage, higher draw percentage, and 86-70 for the total percentage overall. But it's only 2-2, so Czech Republic will feel they are very much in this game going into part 2. And keen to get that win to give them the best chance of making that qualification slot for the World Championships next year. Right, so here we go then for part 2 of our feature game. We have a 2-2 game, so it's like a kind of like a new game now. All to play for both teams. And if you're the Czech Republic coach, what are you saying to your players, Kenny?
Well, it's more about stone placement. They haven't played badly. It's more about they maybe just ended up on the wrong side or maybe a couple of feet too heavy. So it's not as if they're playing badly. It's just they just need to be a little bit sharper.
In Switzerland, this is kind of a preparation game for them for the next stage. Percentages for this game: 24% for Clara.
Have they made this one down into the 12-foot? Just. Yeah, it might have been better leaving that redstone just short of the rings. Pliskova for Czech Republic. Not had her greatest championships in terms of stat-wise, but that's not going to help them any.
Didn't really achieve too much there. Get the impression, Kenny, that Switzerland are just playing very much within themselves and not challenged too much, and that was a super stat for this game. The rest are 95%.
Yeah, what you find with this Swiss side is they just do the basics very well. And they have had the rub of the green, to be honest.
Germany against Russia, they're also in the 6th end, 2-1 to Russians at the moment. And Germany hanging in there as well. Oh, he goes, oh, super stuff. But it's only, what do we end up with there? She's breathing a bit of a sigh of relief. The Germans skip, it's 2-2. It's just the one.
Yeah, so do take the red stone out of play. Might have seen other teams elect to come around these guards. Already sitting one stone out wide.
Marlin, doe hetzelfde. Zit.
Oefenen. Schön.
Schön.
I think we'll see Czech Republic just come around this.
Jo.
Což nevím, jestli jde.
No, nevím, no, tak 11 třeba.
Tak pojďme tohle.
OK.
No, vidíš celý a docela kus, ne?
No, they're going to play the hit and roll.
Já nevím, jak je daleko ten gard.
Need to catch this quite thick to ensure they stay above the tee.
That's that kind of tells it all. 70%. Time to make a difference though. This one hits and rolls in towards the centre.
Well, good effort. Doesn't get fully buried though.
Silvana will have that one gone very soon. 25% for Sigrist.
Vest! Vest! Tia! Vest, wiet.
Well, big mistake there.
Over to Hungary against Scotland. 3-2 to the Scots. Eve Muirhead with the last stone here.
Jo. Vlastně odsaď. No tak takhle.
She already has one in the house.
No.
Můžeme jako ještě tohle, ale přijde mi to pasivní.
To mi nelíbí. To je zbytečný.
So this is heading the right way, and no problem there for Scotland. Picking up 2 shots, Eve Muirhead and her team have to 6 end. They have a 5-2 lead now over Hungary.
Čím blíž budem, tím líp.
Jsme 7, jsme až u něj. Blíž ke mně. Jsme až u něj, určitě až u něj.
Tak jako k němu, no, napřímo nejlépe. Žádnej duc.
Okay.
Well, Czech Republic had a chance to throw something up just short of the house, but this one drifted in right in on top of the shot stone.
Czech Republic still shot stone here.
Můžeme to zkusit zavřít.
Můžeme dát prostě sem třeba. Jo. Bych přesto, když tak hrála, no, kdyby
Ať
něco.
ona to prostě nějak řeší.
Yep. Hrana?
Yeah, hit that one on the nose. I think we'll just see a guard. Just down the right-hand side, in and around the L on the ice pad.
Pak 15.
Yep.
15.
Tohle bylo 3,5.
60% for this game. We have seen her miss a couple.
Ale by snad měl být OK, no. Padlo to, že to tady moc nebralo.
Jo, souhlas.
All to play for in this second half of the game. A real business end, if you like, of the contest between these two.
Stačí dojet! Stačí dojet!
How close is it to that L?
Až u něj, skoro. Skoro u něj.
Yeah, too heavy, Alison.
Úplně u něj.
The line was good.
Pardon, já jsem neslyšela. Jsem ukazovala nad hlavou.
Oben drüber.
Du musst den bringen wir da raus schon, oder?
Ich glaube, es sollte lange, wenn man so liegt.
Ja,
Oder normal, dass du den feiner kannst nehmen. Entweder normal, dann können wir einen dünner nehmen, oder so leicht, dass man ein bisschen mehr Bewegung haben.
Ja. Solid.
Ja, finde ich gut.
Wenn da offen haben, ist gut.
Ja, voll. Shooter behalten.
2/3.
Ja, solid!
Yeah, real treat for fans here. You can see
Könnt ihr
lots
nicht
of action on
weiterrollen?
5 sheets. And this is the Sweden-Italy game on the outside sheet here. Sweden with that 100% record so far, led by Anna Hasselborg here. Leading 3-2 Sweden.
Yeah, last year's silver medalists.
Ligger bra!
Some say they should have won the gold.
Hits and sticks for 2 for Sweden, so they increase their lead there, 5-2 over Italy after 6. And looking like one of the teams to beat here at the 2017 Championships.
Det är så slidigt där. Jo, a sen?
Když nepřetočíme, no.
Jo, protože až k ním je... To asi taky nevadí, si myslím. Stej.
Jako bude
Nebo
zkoušet
ona bude
double.
muset hrát draw, podle mě.
Yeah, I think the Czech Republic just look to try and hit just the inside of the nose towards the centre. Roll, bite the centre line.
A ten triple tam pak nejde, co?
I think what they're looking at is if they play the nose hit,
No, teoreticky.
would
Ten kámen. No, už je to
Switzerland
docela
have to
ale
make
jde
a
to.
roll to get in for a shot.
Já myslím, že stejně nebo malej roll dovnitř je OK.
Spíš ven teda, malej roll.
9-2.
Ani. Stej nebo spíš malej roll ven?
Spíš dovnitř bych chtěla.
Mě by nevadilo dovnitř, aby neviděla tu vnitřní hranu jako.
No, aby tam nebyl.
So a chance for Czech Republic to put a bit of pressure on Switzerland. Something we've not seen too much in this game.
Já myslím, že
Na
takhle
kolika
to
máš? No právě, že bych hrála třeba 9-2, aby to nebylo 8,5 jako.
Když přijde dobrý teda, no. To musí být ještě trochu roll k terce, takže...
Ne, spíš
Tobě.
jdeme dovnitř. No kousek, ale jo.
Jo, OK. 9 bude dobrý. 9!
Čistí!
8,5! To víc! Ja!
Kiss with that.
Víc! Ja!
Just
Wow!
looking for the nose.
Wow! Wow, claro.
OK.
Well, yep. It's going to be very difficult for Switzerland to get in for a shot.
OK, dobrý tlak.
Hezký Ani.
Need to make a roll on the inside.
Posuň to takový.
So the first real one she's had to make it in under any kind of pressure. Silvana Tiranzoni. So let's see what she can produce. Now the skip setting the heather alight, 68%. An opportunity here to
Dra blijven.
change that perhaps.
Jetzt du nicht mehr
Fest, fest.
Line looks okay though.
Alle musst fest.
Oh, well,
There we go. No, he didn't really expect that one. Bit of pressure on Tiranzoni. And she'll be annoyed with that. And well played to the Czech Republic. They took it into them and they've ended up
Jo, bylo takový klid.
claiming.
Dobrý.
Takže...
Never before in the history of the World Men's Curling Championship has the stage been so spectacular and the backdrop so electric. A never-before opportunity to watch the best of the best on ice and soak up everything else you love about Las Vegas, including the first ever 9-day pool party. Reserve your place in history now at LasVegasCurling.rocks. Las Vegas 2018. Your curling oasis awaits.
So here are the numbers for you thus far. Steal for the Czech Republic, keeping themselves right in this game against Switzerland.
Finish. Good. Turn, Marlene. Good. Turn. Ja, danke.
Yeah, no real panic for Switzerland at this stage. They only trail by 1. They will manage to create some chances you'd expect in the next 3 or 4 ends.
Is this one going to hang about? It is.
Well, makes the take out and stay. Is this one going to stay in the 8 foot?
Yeah, nothing.
Well, it's rolling behind the guard, so it does give Czech Republic the chance to get around it first. And also has a little bit of backing should they need it. Taking its time to move, but beginning to move now. You see it cutting across that centre line.
Let's see how Denmark and Turkey are getting on. 7-4 to Turkey after that score of 3 in the 5th. Stone. Madeleine Dupont. Few reds. Oh, well, it could have been 4. It looks like 3. Edging out that other yellow. Now 7-5, closing the gap. And also Germany, Russia, all level there at the moment. And Sidorova is the final stone here. in this 7th end. She already has one in there. So the players just guiding this draw down for a score of 2, which they do. So a 4-2 lead now for Russia over Germany. Germany currently in 5th position alongside Russia in the standings.
Yeah, what we have now is 2 Czech Republic stones in the house. They are back tee. Switzerland having to chase them. A couple of errors beginning to creep into this game now. Nicely played. Push the yellow to the back 12.
Yeah, round of applause from the crowd there.
Back plus je to!
Back plus říká?
Back plus!
I think the nomination was to try and push the red through and roll the shooting stone in behind the centre guard. See the curl on the stone down the sheet. Well, not a great result because it didn't manage to roll the yellow in behind the guard, and they didn't manage to push the red over the top of the yellow at the back. So the 2 yellows at the back are protecting that red stone.
Yeah, it was a halfway house type shot, wasn't it? Just not quite.
Linie gut. Wow, wow. Wie lang? Linie wäre gut, dranbleiben. Ziehen. Wow. Nein, wow dann. Wow.
Esther!
Ja, Esther. Marlene, du musst.
And that was the danger in the Czech Republic.
Okay.
So just quickly look at Hungary against Scotland. Scotland 5-2 up, 7th end. And she's had to draw against a few numbers in this game. Last stone from Polencha Dorotea. Let's see what awaits her here. Oh my goodness, there's a few in there, Kenny. Let's see what she gets here.
Yeah, drawn against 5.
And it comes, a bit of pressure there. Is it enough for her 1? Yes, it is. So a bit of pressure on them there. Well played. Hungarian skip. 5-3 lead for Scotland though. Back to our featured game, Switzerland and the Czech Republic. And Swiss with the red stone there, counting stone, 3 yellows and the 12-foot.
Jenom vy! Může to druhou pod rukou. Místa dost, zatím. Nemusím, Terka, určitě. Místa hodně. Terka, tak až sem, jestli větší, tak sem. Tak sem, Klára. Klára. Jo. Doufáme. Jo.
Well, doesn't quite get hidden. Doesn't sit on the face of the red, so still a chance to score a couple for Switzerland. Still 3 stones to come though.
Also, wir müssen sicher schon sein. Zuerst mal schauen, wie man reagiert.
Ja, genau.
Ja. Ich bin eine Nacht jetzt. Da ist eine schnelle Spur, oder?
Ja, genau.
Silvana Terenzoni.
Ja, ist knapp. Zieh. Fest.
Just got to watch they don't leave an easy double with this shot.
Fest! Fest! Komm nicht schlecht! Zieh! Ja! Hebben den! Noch ein bisschen!
Well,
Ja!
get past the top one.
Yep. Gut gewischt. Ist okay.
And
Sorry.
what that has done is it's rolled in behind the guard. If Czech Republic could come down and just freeze this one back of button, it'd be very hard for Switzerland to score a single point.
We've seen a couple of attempts at freezes though, and they haven't quite come off.
Ke konci to pak hodně točilo, no. Jo.
And now would be a good moment for Kuzmiskova to do just that.
Místa dost, jenom vy! Jenom vy! Místa
Musíme,
hodně!
výborný. Ty!
Terka!
Ty! Já
Terka
nemám
na
směr!
konci!
Ty!
Nemám směr!
Vůbec!
Nemám směr!
Tady, wow. Ty
Ty
line.
si můžeš, Teres.
Ty line.
How's it looking? How's it looking?
Nesmím se
Tady
tu
ne.
trout.
Just didn't curl enough.
Ich glaube 2, oder?
Over to the other game briefly before we see that final shot from Terenzoni. Sweden, Italy. And Gaspari. Stone of the 7th facing 4 Swedish red stones. And looks like she might be giving a few up here.
Ciao, basta.
It's 4.
Sì, grazie.
Steal 4 for Sweden. That's a sore one for Italy, and that is the way it finishes. Too much to claw back after 7. 9-2 to Sweden over Italy. And they thank the crowd for their support. They are looking very good indeed, this Swedish team, at these championships. Oh, 100% record in the round robin. Here we have the final stone in our featured game. Yep, enjoying the support of the crowd here. A lot of Swedish fans have followed the team here to St. Gallen. Just on the sheet right beside our featured game.
Ja. Ja, sicher gut. Mach ich etwas anderes.
Yeah, so a score of 2 for
Ich würde den ersten
Switzerland means they now lead 4-3 over the Czech Republic.
Wie lange das so ist. Nur weil die gerade reingestellt. Hinten 8. Hinten 12. Der bremst gar nicht. Okay.
Hey, Marley.
Sì? Vai! Va,
We're watching live coverage from the Gruyère AOP European Curling Championships 2017 in St Gallen in the Ice Sports Centre here. Enjoying the action. Last series of round-robin games. And this is our feature game. One game you can see on the right is just finished with a victory for Sweden. This is the one we're concentrating on now. Switzerland against the Czech Republic. And a narrow lead for the Swiss. And picking up that 2 in the 7th end. Alison Walker and Kenny Edwards bringing you live commentary. We'll keep you updated with everything else that's going on in the arena too. Switzerland already through to the last 4. The last 4 in the women's competition has been decided. Sweden, Switzerland, Scotland and Italy all progress. And Czech Republic hoping for a high enough place finish to guarantee qualification for the World Championships next year in Canada. You can see the 2 benches watching on there. The Swiss bench on the right and the Czech Republic bench on the left as you were looking at it. We've got comparison of various positions now for you, the seconds. And Esther's probably been the star of this Swiss team in this game.
Vorne 8. Ja, ja. Ganz normal. Ja.
Schlinge weg gut.
Schlinge gut. Bis
Warte,
vorne 8. Vorne 4.
Lauf gut. Was?
Vorne 4.
Vorne ist gut.
T-Line. T-Line.
Ja, das ist T-Line.
And Kenny, we've had 1s and 0s all the way through except this 7th end.
Thank you.
Yeah, Silvana Tiranzoni just needing to draw up against the Yellowstone back of the 4-foot, which she done without any trouble.
It was made a little bit easier for her. And the previous Czech Republic stone just wasn't quite there, which opened the door for Tiranzoni for that 2. And that gave them the 4-3 advantage they have now in this 8th end.
Wir sind Schott, aber da. Vorne
Was war
12.
Wer ist Schott? Sie. So 12. Ist gut gelaufen, Dini.
Yeah, there you see the comparisons at third, 7 to
Schlinge weg
9
gut, könnt.
against 7 to 5.
Not too much to choose there between these 2, but the gap's been bigger in some of the other
Wartet
positions.
schnell, wenn ihr könnt. Okay, zieh dann. Wow, wow. schön.
No, s tím, že vyrazíš červený. Jo, přesně tak.
10.
OK. Co, přesně.
Yeah, so I think the call will be just to hit one of the reds top of the 12-foot and roll across to the other side of the house.
9 půl, ne!
Pushes that red through, and the yellow hangs around in the wing.
O, to je 9 půl, no. Větší?
9 půl.
9, mám to dál.
Spiel fast besser, oder? Verschob sie noch mal einen rein.
Ja.
Which one's counting there? I think it might be the red.
Einfach dort in die Nähe nochmal.
I think that's why they should just throw this one up top of the 8-foot, in behind this. Half check even.
Oh, dat is leuk. Nee, wow.
Ine is goed.
Nee, wow.
Ine
Je
is
moet nog
goed.
veel girlen.
Komt erop aan wanneer is. Da. Muss noch ganz rüber, ha? Muss noch ganz. Sehr schön, gut so.
Goed gezien. Goed gezien.
Pořád bych ještě zkoušela tohleto.
Now you could potentially peel both guards off.
Když to vezmeš moc ze strany,
Czech
tak tam bude
Republic.
double, takže taky dobrý.
Would like some kind of cover out towards the wings.
And over on the sheet beside us, Scotland leading 5-3. This is the 8th end as well.
Yep.
Ja!
Wow, wow. Good, clean, clean. Wow, clean,
Leave
clean.
ahead with a tricky final shot here.
Promiň, hezky z toho dělal.
But no bother at all really for the Scottish skip.
Já jsem na to teda nekoukala.
Lots of yellow scores there, and that means the end of the game. And another victory for the Scots. They're also in good shape. Not quite sure where that leaves Hungary in terms of the qualification and relegation. Kenny will be on that. Scotland pick up 4 there, and they have a 9-3 victory over Hungary in their final round-robin game. They're up against Switzerland next in the 2 versus 3 game.
Ja, geen nee.
Neem in voor de richting.
Linie is goed.
Oké, richtig aan.
Duidelijk, zeker genoeg.
Oh. Ja, geld, einfach immer genug jetzt. Gut.
Well, I do think now they're going to have to play in and around this. Come down and try and chip the red, or drive the yellow back onto the red.
Comparison of the skips, neither of them have had an amazing game, it is fair to say. 71% total for Savannah, and 60s for Anna.
Až na konci se chytnu.
Tak nevím, jestli dát ještě trošku víc.
Tak zase jsi levá. Nemělo dělat nějak extra.
And a couple of good skip stones in these last few ends can change everything. Very close game, this one.
Místa dost. Já buď u něj. Já jsem víc. Zatím ne. Já jsem víc. Zatím nemůžu.
Saying this one's a little bit heavy for the weight.
Ja!
Line looks okay. So they stood off it, thinking it was a little heavy, and it overcurled.
Ja. Nochmal. Gerade am Centerline eigentlich.
Der ist recht schwierig für 2.
So Switzerland already sitting one back of 4.
Schon das Loch zu machen, oder?
Sie hat ein Regal, das ich auch nicht checken.
Aber ich habe das Gefühl, der andere geht oben drüber und dann ist er dahinter nachher besser.
Ja, ja, dann ist gut.
Es hat nachher einfach da drauf rein, aber das ist ja wurscht, oder?
Ja.
And communicating with her vice skip.
Ja.
Getting that vital piece of information that she probably knows already, but it's just confirmation in your own head from your teammates.
Er sicher einen einfach, aber gibt er dann sicher einen einfach. Aber
Ja. Ist die andere Timeout? Nein.
ja, nehmen wir schnell ein Timeout.
Okay.
Yep, still not
Time
100% sure, so she's called a timeout. Cue the drums while the coach makes their way down to see this team. It's a bit of a discussion on that shot,
Huh?
that final shot.
Nicht sie da.
Den sieht man nicht.
Nein, den siehst du nicht.
Okay.
Oh, she's got one more
Also,
stone,
du
hasn't she?
hast den da für 2.
Ja.
Ich habe gedacht, jetzt eine Stelle wäre noch gut.
Dann muss sie, wenn wir jetzt
Oder
dort
wir
Guard
schwierig
spielen, muss
machen.
sie tappen oder selber da liegen.
Was?
Wenn wir die Guard spielen, muss sie da tappen oder selber liegen. Ich finde
Der
das
ist nicht so
schwieriger.
einfach für einen, oder ist er einfach?
Für einen ist er okay, dann kann sie mit angreifen.
Da kann sie ihn fast überall treffen. Ich finde den Draw schwieriger wie für sie dann noch auf den Verein.
Das Ding ist einfach, wenn wir da sind, hat sie,
Ja.
sie einen für mehr als...
Ja, ich glaube, Guard ist der Call.
Oh.
What are you worried about on if we throw the guard? What are you guys worried about?
Just to give her an easy one.
Pretty tough because it's kind of dangerous. You're trying to think of maybe corner freezing to this one or drawing.
More like
drawing
here.
around.
I don't like this. No.
I think a big guard. It's still not an easy tap. It's getting a little frosty out here now. It's not an easy tap for her to get the 1 point.
Wir haben mega lange schon nicht mehr so weit raus gespielt. Ich würde ihr den geben.
It can be even on the center. Like you don't have to be like where it's got to go.
Ja.
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 Right, so they've had their 60-second timeout there. Back up to the other end.
Ich glaube, es mag sogar noch ein bisschen mehr vertragen.
So?
Sobald wir dort in der Mitte sind, kommt sie nicht mehr durch.
Ja, das ist gut. Ja.
Die Linie tut mir gut.
Linie ist
Ich will
gut,
nicht
wenn wir
wischen.
drüber-
Yeah, I think they're just looking
Linie
for this
gut?
one.
Linie ist gut,
So,
ja.
Girlen.
Nicht
Nein, Linie
fest, aber
gut.
muss aber nicht festgärlen.
Just
Linie
to
ist
cover
super.
Linie
the
ist
gap
gut.
and stop
Okay.
Czech Republic being able to come down and just bump the
Schön.
red to one side.
Asi takhle ne?
Jo, to jo, jenom koukám, jestli... A to je asi těžký, no.
Co? Tohle?
Zkusit tohle, no.
Jako je tam takhle.
We do think
hra,
that
tam
red
modrý do toho druhého,
Swiss
je to
one,
hezký,
Kenny's the
ale
counting
nevím,
one,
jestli
don't we?
to není zbytečný.
Yeah, I think so.
Bychom potřebovali tomhle endu hlavně jako asi jedno, si myslím.
Já vím, no. Jenom
Co
říkám...
takhle, že tam je?
No, ne, jenom draw prostě, víš, jenom
takhle,
draw
myslím,
váhou, jako zkusit tenhle to takhle.
Rozhodně se mi to líbí víc než kolem úplně jako čistou jedno. Jakýkoliv posún.
No,
So
tak
there is a
to
red
je
at
samozřejmě
the
mnohem
back of
těžší,
the
prostě, než
8 foot
draw,
also
jako
that's
rozhodně
counting
draw.
third shot.
Ale nevím, nejsem si teď jistá.
It's a high risk strategy if they go and fire the yellow in. They could pick their own yellow off the top and give up 2.
Nekoukala jsem se, ale předpokládám to.
Jo, určitě.
Nevím,
Is there any other way they can get 2?
Timeout nebo ne. Co?
Můžeme si ho vzít, je to takový prostě...
It's very difficult, Alison.
No, asi
I think it might just be draw around on the in turn
Tak můžeme hrát jenom draw a pak to změřit,
for a
no.
single point.
Já nevím, mně tohle to přijde takový dost
Safer option.
jakoby rizikový.
Okay. Hrana?
Takhle?
Jo.
Uvidíme, jak mají křivý kruhy.
Akorát si teda nejsem moc jistá tou rychlostí tady, no.
A nebo to můžeme hrát jenom jako fakt T-line a prostě když tak to posunem takhle, no.
Mně přijde to draw kolem jednodušší teda.
Tak jo.
Tady no máš 14.
Jo, i tahle stavnější stopa, jo?
Času bude.
Right, so here she goes. It's a deliberation for the
Buďuněj,
last round of this 8th end.
Já nemusím. Buď u něj.
Mě nevýbornej, jenom mě. Mě nevýbornej.
Hoping to secure
Mě nevýbornej.
1 here.
Buď u něj. Jo.
Oh, have they lost it? No, they haven't.
Yeah, no, nicely done. Nicely done by Kabeshkova.
Oh, well, they're actually going to measure this one.
Ne, tamhle ty. To tak jako šoupeš. Jo, promiň. Zapomněla.
So they definitely secure a point, and I think it is only 1, but
Já myslím, že
you never know from the angles.
změřit to může.
So the Czech Republic calling for a measure.
Yeah, sometimes the centre is ever so slightly out, which can make all the difference. Yeah, looking at that, it looks clearly the red.
Watch the dial.
Yeah, it doesn't even touch it on the second stone.
So just 1 there for the Czech Republic. We have a tied game again after 8. Switzerland 4, Czech Republic 4.
Never before in the history of the World Men's Curling Championship has the stage been so spectacular and the backdrop so electric. A never-before opportunity to watch the best of the best on ice and soak up everything else you love about Las Vegas, including the first ever 9-day pool party. Reserve your place in history now at LasVegasCurling.rocks. Las Vegas 2018, your curling oasis awaits.
Já mám směr dobrý. Jenom 2. Víš asi bety dotáhnout?
No já ne. Jsme dál trošku. Jsme dál.
Jsou hezký.
Yeah, so full expect Czech Republic to go after Switzerland, try and force them into a single or even pick up a steal in this 9th end.
Hey, Marlene.
Betty,
větší teda. Pojď, točí hezky. 3-9. Pojď na... Jo, přijel jsem. Ještě. Přijel se.
Länge gut, bis fort.
Ziehen. Fest.
Fort.
Und gut, aber ziehen. Fest.
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 Heschen.
Wow. Oh.
Yep, sneaks past, pushes the yellow through. So what will Czech Republic do? Well, they're going to go after this red.
I feel, Kenny, they really have to be assertive in this end, don't they? It's we're running out of ends, running out of time to start taking the game to Switzerland. Make a steal, and who knows what may happen. It's all to do with the set-up play. Animated supporter there, enjoying the curling.
Yep.
I don't think that was the shot he would have made there, Kenny.
No.
They love their winter sports here in Switzerland. And lots of fans here, young and old, and in the middle. They've been out well dressed, but not quite sure what's happening there. It's a pair of little hands doing something. Maybe trying to see the action.
Well, is that a chance gone for Czech Republic? Will Silvana Tirinzoni split the house or peel the guard? Well, she's going to split the house. The only danger stone for Switzerland is that yellow. I fully would have expected someone like Silvana Tirinzoni just to peel that centre guard.
Just get rid of it, yeah, get out of trouble.
Länge hat er.
Ja. Verhinderen.
Hinter 4.
Verhinderen.
Ist er.
Macht es sicher.
Ja, er ist.
Okay.
So this is not a wrong call,
So weit
it's
hinter ist.
It's just not what you would expect someone of her calibre to call.
Schön.
Anna Kubiskova
Niet
just
zo.
even ignored that red.
Heke fijn.
It went past the tee line, didn't even sweep it.
Bord, hek. Taha dobrá.
Jep. Oh.
Ja.
Větší. Oh.
Větší, maličko.
Oh. Zára.
Zára.
So on the nose.
Ding ist gut. Warte jetzt, wart. Wart. Zieh. Fest.
Ja.
Oh,
Fest. Noch ein bisschen raus, wenn es geht.
yeah, they've got that one.
Schön.
Takes a long time to curl down that line. This stone beginning to work its way out of the house.
Ja.
Oh, 10, 10, 2, 10.
10-2. Na maličko menší. Oč.
Well, doesn't make the roll, but should Switzerland now knows they wouldn't be in the house and they would have a double guard.
You can see the latest in all the games. A couple have finished. Scotland have beaten Hungary and Sweden have beaten Italy, but the rest of the game's ongoing, as is this one, with 4-4. Eighth end though. Switzerland don't have to do anything too adventurous, they just have to play safe.
Well, that's a nice hit and roll, but what it has done is left a double guard for Czech Republic to just swing one round. But they're going to call their timeout.
Mně přijde, že ta šance tady je jako docela pěkná teda, no.
Stojí docela dobře, no.
Ale samozřejmě, a je to z mý jako dobrý strany ještě ke všemu. Je tady i teoretický jam, kdyby náhodou prostě, je to ta strana, která mě točí, ale samozřejmě, když to nehodím, tak je to održku, no. Nejlíp zajet až sem, no, až za něj prostě.
By na něj ale nemohla z téhle její lepší strany, hlavně.
No to ne, když budou za sebou, tak tam podle mě nepůjde. A nepůjde to ani přes ten červený, protože ten není celý vidět.
To není. Jo. Přemýšlím, jako kdyby tady byl jam, tady z téhle strany, no, kde?
Yeah, I fully expect he'll call the draw around to the top of the 1 foot.
So here comes Karol Kubeška. He's marching along quickly.
Yeah,
well, it is only a 60-second timeout, remember, so...
Yeah, it doesn't start till he gets there. Well, you get travel time as well. So there's a bit of gamesmanship there. It only starts when you get there, but what he done there was he took his coat off, he took his time before he left the bench, give the girls a bit more time to make a decision.
To chat amongst themselves, yeah.
He's not breaking the rules, he's just bending them a little.
Máš v podstatě možná 2 pokusy na podobnější.
Dobře.
A když tak samozřejmě uvažujte nad tím skorigováním toho stavu, aby to bylo pokud možno teda max 2, aby tam nějaký double nebo něco takového, si zkusit, jo?
Dobře, jo. Dík. Já bych dělala takhle.
So what was their concern there, Kenny?
I think their concern is if they don't make this, they're all in. If they drift right to the back ring, they could end up giving up 3.
Pořád stejně.
Yep.
Yeah, so Anna's called a few timeouts throughout the week.
And they haven't ended well, have they?
They haven't, no. The percentage of shots being made after a coach timeout is very, very low this week. I can't remember a shot being played.
Right, well, that could change. Hopefully, from the Czech Republic's point of view.
This one looks okay. Never managed to get it past the top ones. I needed to be a good couple of feet further than that because it's quite an easy slash onto the red, onto the yellow.
A umřel takhle.
So Savannah Tiranzoni, as I fully expected, she's just trying to slash this one in.
It's close to the guard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, do you play the takeout or do you swing another one round in behind? If you draw one into the edge of the forefoot on the left-hand side of the tee line, there's no chance of two.
So a bit of a decision to make there for Czech Republic. So let's head over to that Germany-Russia game again. 4-3. Russia 10th end with the last stone, Anna Sidrova. You see a couple of reds. German stones. No bother at all. It removes that stone and they take the win. 5-3 for Russia over Germany, and that takes them on to 4 wins. Germany defeat for them. They stay on 3. It's not been a great week from Anna Sidrova. She would have expected to be in the playoffs. So just a couple of games left on here, and we'll keep you right updated with all of them. This is the one we're concentrating on, the Swiss game against the Czech Republic.
Well, I'm not sure if they're playing the takeout or the draw. No, it's the takeout they're playing. You can tell by the speed that she's kicked off the back.
Oof with the back leg there. So stone right at the back.
Yeah, played it well. So don't think there's a chance of making 2 out of this.
She's thinking, looking intently. Is there?
Da muss eben nicht so weit rein. Was meint ihr damit fein?
Das ist mega schwierig, oder? Du fragst einfach immer einen, wenn du abgeben.
It's certainly easy enough to score the 1. They don't want to score 1 and 9.
Für das wir liegen bleiben.
Wir können probieren für 0. Aber es geht wahrscheinlich nicht.
That would only give them a 5-4 lead.
Wenn wir da mit fein probieren,
Czech Republic.
ist das ein Risiko?
The
Also
hammer.
das solltest du immer treffen.
Also ich glaube, wir kommen nicht rein, nein.
Okay.
Nein, ich glaube auch nicht.
There's a time remaining for both teams.
Und einfach rausstoßen.
Yeah, more than enough time.
Mit Pin.
Ja.
So schnell alleine.
Ja.
Ein bisschen mehr noch.
So, is she going for the take out? Trying to fire that yellow across towards the other one.
Okay, ist gut. Ja, so gut.
Risk level of that?
It's not the risk, Alison, it's just bizarre, to be honest, because there's a straightforward draw to the house.
She's obviously thinking of that next end. Last stone of the 9th.
Tip! Whoa! Whoa! Tip! Whoa! Whoa! Yeah! Yeah! Whoa!
Unless she's trying to just click the top red as well.
Oh, it wasn't far away. So is that 1?
Yeah, 1. Yeah.
Yeah, they've managed to hang the shooter.
So it was a 1 anyway. And a narrow 5-4 lead after 9. Oh, it's going to be a tense final end here.
Gut. 2 bis 3. 3.
Nachwärts gehen.
Ja.
Nach. Gut, passt.
Über Gallen.
Gut so.
Gut.
Schön.
Musíme hodně točit. Ready?
Určitě ne, je to rychlý.
So, Czech Republic needing to score 2 in this 10th end.
Brava.
Sorry.
They haven't scored a 2-all game though.
I thought they might have thrown the corner guard with that one. To guarantee they'll at least have something out front.
Bis bald. Bald.
Linie ist gut. Ja, nehmen. Gut so. Schön.
Gut.
I'm a little surprised they're playing this kind of weight. But they've controlled it well.
Martin, schnell. Nein, ist nicht gut dann. Wow.
Hinter 4. Hinter 4.
Switzerland just trying to corner freeze this one on the forefoot.
Hinter 8.
Can't afford to drift right through.
Hey.
And a bit further than they would have liked.
I need to make sure they've got this back 8 foot.
Okay.
Yeah. Finds a reasonable spot. I think I'd be banking on an extra end at this point, Alison.
Czech Republic would dearly like to secure 2 here, give them the win. There are the standings. Those 4 teams qualifying at the top. Russia claiming that victory over Germany to go 4. Czech Republic just on 2. So if they were to win, that would take them to 3. So very important for them.
Yeah, still to be decided who's going to be in this A division next year, who's going to be at the World Championships.
You've seen a lot of Switzerland this week, Kenny. Have they taken their foot off the gas a little bit in this game, or is this relatively how they've been playing?
What they have done through the week is they've just hung in there and waited for other teams to make mistakes. Tried to do the basics well. Haven't really overcomplicated the game. But
except perhaps that last decision in the ninth end.
Yeah.
That final stone. And maybe that was just to try that particular strategy or stone.
Yeah, they've been very patient. That's what I would say about the way they've called the game and played the game. Savannah Tiranzoni has played a couple of good shots to close games out. But a lot of the games have been tighter than they probably should have been.
Přemýšlím, že bych střelila ten guard teďka.
Cože? Guard. Ten guard?
Střelit ten guard, no.
Můžem.
To jestli to není pasivní teda, no. A nebo ho nějak
nebo tam můžu ještě nějak zajet, ale...
Are they looking up at the coach there, or
Okay.
the clock?
Well, I don't know quite what to say about that, Alison. Poor call, played poorly.
Well, it's left them in a horrible position, the Czech Republic.
Squat. Kine.
Ja.
Swiss can't believe it's developed in this way.
Yeah, I don't think they can believe their luck.
They have 3 reds in there.
Okay.
So just one other game going on, and that is the game between Denmark and Turkey. They're also in the 10th end. 4 red counters there for Denmark, and facing this young lady. Turkey leading 7-6. All those reds waiting for her. Can she secure this draw for Turkey? Yes, she can. It looks good, I think. You're looking at the 2 stones there. No, little emotion there.
Yeah, it's a really important game for both countries.
So 7 apiece.
Also einfach so, dass der Doppel nicht.
Ja, dann müssen wir da sein.
Na, da ist doch gut.
Ich glaube, wir können nicht so machen, dass sie den Doppel macht mit Ali.
We were thinking for a while we might have an extra
Oder so,
end
ja.
here.
Ja.
But that all changed with that last Czech stone.
Ja.
Hat es ein bisschen abgegeben,
It's,
Von der
Czech
Länge.
Republic have just
Meine habe ich nicht
fell to
gefunden.
pieces in this last end.
Stimmt, ja.
And to be fair to Switzerland, that's what they've waited for all week. Waited for other teams to make mistakes against them, and they've just closed games out.
Ja.
Kannst du gleich spielen, ja genau. Kannst du ja den Garten heben und das... Ja.
Okay.
Dann gönnt.
Linie Spitzli an.
Okay, links.
Linie wäre gut.
Okay. Linie ist auch gut.
Nein, ist gar nicht knapp.
Das Gelten.
Er müsste eigentlich nicht girlen.
Okay,
So these are the skip
er ist
stones now.
Okay.
Hey, die Line ist nicht schlecht.
Okay,
Top
das ist
Linie ist gut.
Er ist T-Line.
Okay, einfach nicht hinten dran.
It is all about the red stones, isn't it? Look at that. Nicely played too.
Yeah, a real nice draw.
Gut. Ich hätte noch verstecken.
So if Czech Republic are going to close the game out in the 10th, they need both their skip stones to be counting.
Není moc kam ho vyrazit, takže spíš bych na něm zůstala. Otázka je, jestli ten let není pořád moc, no.
Můžu dát trošku míň, no.
Tak dej.
Ještě míň?
Yep.
Aha. 9.
Yep, they must be feeling good at the moment, I think.
Der Stein hat auch einen Schaden.
Jo, no 9 musíme určitě. 9.
Betty byl 3-3.
No a ten její byl 3-4 teď. Takže si nejsem jako úplně jistá. Nevím, jestli 3,5.
Jo.
No jo, na tu váhu.
No, dobrý.
Musíme tak 8, 9. Ja!
Well, haven't managed to get past this top red guard. Yeah, they have. Well, left themselves sitting short.
It's part one of the job done, I suppose. They had to be counting there, the Czech Republic.
Yep.
Yeah, so what Switzerland are looking to do is come off their own red, down onto the yellow. Only risk with this is catching the red too thick, pushing the yellow back onto the two reds at the back of the 4. So anywhere between half and a quarter will be about right.
So that's the third. 67% on 6 hits.
Oh, 9.
She's concerned.
Oh, Alison.
Oh my goodness.
I don't think she can believe it.
No, she shakes her head. Well, we've seen some unusual things happening in this last end. What happened here, Kenny?
Yeah, she just laid it down the centre line.
She was saying no.
Yep, just didn't curl enough. Not the best way to go into a semi-final, playing what could be your last shot of the round robin. There's a complete fresh air, but Anna Kubiska.
Yeah, what a turnaround here. My goodness, 68% for her 10 draws. And I bet she can hardly believe this.
Yeah, she's got backing. She's certainly going to need it. This one's not hanging around.
But she was short with others, so she probably thinks, I'll go for it here. And look at that. Who would have thought? My goodness gracious me. 2 yellows, 2 Czech stones. And it was all in Switzerland's hands. And big cuddles all round because the Czech Republic have beaten Switzerland 6-5. And that takes them on to 3 wins, and that could be a very, very important win indeed for the Czech Republic.
Yeah, it keeps them in the A division. They still need to wait the result of Denmark-Turkey before they know whether they're going to the World Challenge. So the only game in town is Denmark versus Turkey. Denmark playing the red stones, Turkey the yellow.
Yes, Matilda! Hold on!
So Turkey played some really good curling this week, and a little bit surprised that they've only found themselves on 2 wins. They've had the chances to maybe pick up a few more, but just maybe the experience of playing at this top level, not knowing how to close out the games. Yep, takes the guard off. I think Denmark will persevere and throw the centre guard.
Helst 3. Jeg går ud fra, at jeg skal spille den her side næste gang. Vi lægger den sådan indtil der, at den skal helst ligge 3, så vi kan komme rigtig godt gennem bagved den næste gang, ikke? Og så skal den helst ligge på den der side af midterlinjen, så hun har hele den der ude. Hvad tror jeg skal have her? 15?
So this is Madeleine Dupont, 74% in this game. Really had to fight her way back into this game. She was 5 down at one point. Took a 3 in the 6th, stole a 1 in 7, stole a 1 in 10 to level at 7.
Satte også lige farten lidt ned til sidst, hvis bare kom for hurtigt ud, gør jeg?
Turkey just electing to hit the open one. Our guard is fairly long, so you'd expect to be able to get around it should Denmark put one right on the button or top of the forefoot. Tills it. Yildiz. Looking for a piece of this red. Would like to hang the shooter around in the wing. Yeah, it's nice there.
Top et fod. Så, ja. Top et fod. Synes du ikke, jeg satte den ind af før? Jeg tænkte, den bare skulle have i kanten her. Nå, lad os lige tale om den her. For er det ikke i den her kamp, jeg har spillet den nogle gange?
Yeah, the only shot
Hvor kom den til der?
that Madeleine has is a draw right round to the button on the intern, or the left-hand side of the sheet as we look at it.
Nå, hvor du siger, husk at sige noget før, når den køler.
Needs to ask the question though.
Hvad kan du
Needs
vise?
to be in for shot.
Okay. Top et fod.
So only 58% on our 6 draws this afternoon. Just needs one good shot to apply some pressure to this young Turkish side. So is this one going to sit down in time? Is it? It is just. So a straightforward 8-foot draw for a chance to stay in the A division at the European Championships, and what might be an opportunity to represent Turkey at the World Championships.
Jeg ved ikke bedre. Altså, jeg ved ikke mere. Så...
So very, very important stone. Means a lot.
Semra'yla git. Kızlar hızına iyi bak.
We do have a little bit of backing. Just keeping this one clean.
Dönmüyoruz Nur.
Well, this one's running a little bit hard. Is it going to sit on the red? It's not. And you can see the delight on Madeleine Dupont's face. Despair for Turkey. So, expect that means Turkey might drop into the B division. Denmark found themselves 5 down, clawed their way back for an 8-7 win.
And you can see just how much it means to them. What drama here in this final game of the round robin. Incredible stuff. Turkey had it in their hands. And Denmark can hardly believe it.
You've seen this one just coming down into the house. They thought it was okay, but just held its line. And you see Madeleine at the bottom of the shot there. Just shows how much it means to them.
They've had a tough week, this Danish side. And if you're Turkey, you're feeling, oh, just awful.
Yeah, you've got to feel for Turkey. They've played well this week.
They've had some good victories, and we've enjoyed watching them. But that's a cruel world of sport. We're talking inches. This was our featured game, Kenny. 6-5 to Switzerland, and that was just as dramatic.
Switzerland, Czech Republic, 6th end. And this is Silvana Tiranzoni with her last stone. Trying to hit and roll in, doesn't roll enough, and it was a steal of 1 for the Czech Republic. 7th end. And Switzerland already sitting 1. Silvana Tiranzoni with them backing, just needs to draw the 4-foot. Supers just kept this one clean, used the backing, and they would score 2. 10th end. And Anna Kubiskova for Czech Republic just needed to draw the 8-foot, and that's exactly what she done. Picked up 2 points and the win over Switzerland. Final score 6-5. Elsewhere, you see Russia winning over Germany 5-3. Scotland 9-3 winners over Hungary. And down at the bottom there, Sweden 9-2 winners over Italy, who they will play in the semi-finals. So here's the standings. Sweden, Scotland, Switzerland, Italy are all the teams in the semi-final. Turkey and Hungary will be relegated from the A division, while Denmark go to the World Challenge. So it will be Sweden playing Italy in the first semi-final, and the second one is Switzerland versus Scotland.
Congratulations, Anna. Well played. Not just the win, but securing your place in the A group as well.
Yeah, it's a great feeling. We fought for every shot and we made it. I'm really happy.
That was a bizarre final end.
Yeah, it was really tough, and we made some mistakes in the second half of the end, so it was even harder to make it.
Did you expect her to make her shot?
Yes, I expected her. She's really good, so I expected I would have to throw for one and go to the extra end.
And then when it turned out the way it did, what were you thinking with your final throw?
My hands were shaking because I knew how important it is. But we had a great judgment from the sweepers, so we made it.
Well done, congratulations.
Thank you.
So, final score was Czech Republic 6, Switzerland 5 in the final round-robin game from here in St. Gallen at the European Curling Championships. So that's it. From Alison and myself, Kenny, thanks for listening.
Prý, že tě jsem nechtěla mést.